Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Dani Walker. Today we're going to be talking about my first picks for Miss USA 2021. If you're brand new to my channel, please consider subscribing and hitting that notifications so that you can find out when brand new episodes come out every single week. Today's episode is brought to you by Rehearsed to Relatable. If you are a pageant contestant and you want to learn how to improve your interview for your next competition, then click the description below. You're probably wondering why I'm creating this video, and frankly, it's because I don't think we could ever be too early to talk about Miss USA, and it's coming up very, very quickly, and I think a lot of us are forgetting about that, myself included. We've had quite a few queens this year that are still reigning from 2020, and they've had historically long reigns, but we've also had quite a few title holders who were crowned earlier, and they've just been sitting there waiting and getting ready for Miss USA, so there have been quite a few contestants that I've already started to notice. I don't have enough information about all of these ladies yet, so these are my very, very first and early impressions. Remember, the pageant is scheduled to be held in November in Oklahoma, and that is going to come up real quick. So all of our queens that are getting crowned this summer are not gonna have that much time to prepare for Miss USA. And whoever is Miss USA is not gonna have much time to prepare for Miss Universe, because many people are saying that Miss Universe 2021 is going to be held in December. So guys, this is gonna come up real fast, and that's why I wanna start talking about our contestants. I'm gonna talk about these ladies in no particular order. And by the way, if one of your favorites is not on this list yet, don't worry. I'm still gonna learn lots more about the contestants, and she may be in a later episode, so stay tuned. Miss Kentucky may be very, very lucky this year. Who knows? She is gorgeous. I love this lighter hair on her. I don't know who decided or told her to go for this blonde, but it is working and I love it. I think it's so beautiful and so sunny, and she is just gorgeous. Oh my gosh. She is so photogenic, and I always say that never hurts, okay? She's beautiful just like our current Miss USA is. She's just, oh my gosh, so stunning. I want to mention that she is a journalist. I think that's a huge asset for Miss USA. Journalists have amazing communication skills on camera and also I think in interviews, and that can translate very, very well and can come across as very confident. So I feel like that's a really great strength of hers, that's her profession. But also she's been doing a lot of work in the community. She's been getting really busy, and I think that the more you take advantage of the opportunities in front of you at Miss USA, the better prepared you are to step into the role of being Miss USA. North Dakota, she is so beautiful as well, very naturally beautiful. She's also very, very young. So that is my concern for her. She was first runner-up at Miss Teen USA in 2019. And she really won me over in that competition. I can remember watching it and just thinking she is so great. But I want to mention something. I took a couple notes here. Last time that we had an 18-year-old Miss Universe was in the Trump era in 2009, but she did not look 18 years old. Okay, she looked like a Miss contestant. Then in 2006, we had an 18-year-old contestant, 2002, and Olivia Culpo was crowned in 2012 as Miss Universe at 20 years old. Before her, our most recent younger Miss USAs were Tara Connor. She was 20 years old in 2006, and Shayna Moakler, who took over the position of Miss USA, was 20 years old, and that was in 1995. So it's actually pretty rare to have young Miss USAs and Miss Universes, and when I look at Miss North Dakota, my first thought was, I wish she would have waited just a few more years, just because I feel like life experience can be a huge asset to you for Miss USA when you're preparing for that. I think it just gives you this different level of maturity. Not to say that it's impossible to win being on the younger side, but I do think that it is an asset and a strength. And we've seen in recent years that our Miss USAs, the average age of them has gone up. We've seen quite a few that are at the very top of that age division. Miss South Carolina USA, she also was a former teen contestant. I was there when she was in the top 5 at Miss Teen USA. She did a great job that year. And my thing is I think that she really aged well into a Miss. She really, really has done it. When you look at her, I don't look at her and think that looks like a teen contestant. She also has some great stage presence here. She's also an RPM queen, and what I mean by that is those are her directors. That's the pageant production company that hosts her pageant. They also direct North Carolina, and North Carolina does very, very well. These queens have some great prep, so I'm really looking forward to watching her compete this year. Oh my gosh, we have to talk about Georgia. Georgia has never had a Miss USA. This current Miss Georgia was 4th runner-up at last year's competition. So she has competed in pageants. She is a veteran, as you could say. Okay, she's had some local titles. This year she was Miss Georgia South going into this competition. She is stunning, and here's what is really interesting for me about her. Crystal Stewart is now, as we know, the director of Miss USA. There's been a lot of buzz and talk that we're gonna go back to the glam days that we saw in those Trump era productions. And I think that if this year's judging panel is going to really be looking at beauty and that it factor and that glam, that Georgia is really going to be a top contender. But on top of that, she has a YouTube channel, which you guys can check out. And I was watching her. I would adjust her evening gown walk a little bit. I love her swimsuit walk, but she has great styling. I'm hopeful and I anticipate that for Miss USA for her, but also she's so confident and comfortable on camera in her channel. She's so relatable, and I love that. Oh my gosh. I just started falling more and more in love with her by watching her YouTube channel and getting to learn more about her. So go check that out, see what I'm talking about. She is gorgeous, but also very capable, I believe, of the job of Miss USA. So we'll see though. That's more of my assessment, my assumption, just judging by what I've seen of her so far. Kansas is going to be someone to watch out for. So she's coming from a very fortunate situation. Her family owns the Kansas City Chiefs, which is a professional NFL football team. For any of you out there I know that are watching in another country, it's a really, really big deal. In the past, she competed in the Texas USA organization. She hadn't won there, but this was her first year competing in Kansas, and it worked. She won. She's beautiful, she's fit, and she has all the resources that she will ever need to be the most prepared she can be for Miss USA. One thing that I'm thinking about when I look at her and the prep that she has and the advantages that she has is this. It takes me back to when Nadia Mejia won Miss California USA, and she was in that top 5 at Miss USA her year. There was a lot of hype around her. She was beautiful, just like Miss Kansas is this year. But in her video packages, she really relied on the fact that she's the daughter of Rico Suave and that her dad was this one-hit wonder. And I thought we heard a little bit too much about her dad and her family and not enough about Nadia and really why Nadia should be selected to win. And I think that while it can grab the judge's attention and be memorable, I think it can also overshadow you. So I think that is where our Miss Kansas has to be really, really careful on how much is she going to disclose about her family and who they are, because they are an extremely affluent family within the United States. So it's just going to be interesting to see how that plays. And if I were her, I would really be careful with how I play my cards with that. Miss Tennessee is a former NAM queen, so I love that. And if you guys don't know what NAM is, it's National American Miss. It's the largest youth pageant system in the United States, and there's a lot of Miss USAs and Miss Americas that come from that organization that competed there when they were young. You know, the age division starts at 4, so there's just such great history there, and I love it. I always love a NAM girl. She has an organization, it's a nonprofit, and it's called Dancing Divas and Dudes, and it was really great. She's working with the special needs community, and I think that that's fabulous. She is stunning. I'm already loving some of her outfits here and her styling. That can help to make you stand out a bit. I did watch a little bit of a clip from her, though, that I saw in another YouTube episode, and I don't know where this clip is from. I don't know how old this clip is exactly. We can kind of estimate the timeline of it, but I do think that she should work on her talking points a little bit more so she can convey them in a more spontaneous way rather than sounding a bit rehearsed or scripted.
So instead of our gala, we will be hosting a Dancers Disproving Disability campaign. During this campaign, we hope to share our mission with the community and gain the financial support that we need to continue to provide opportunities to the special needs community.
So that's something that I did take away from watching her on camera, but that's something that can be worked on and fixed. So I'm excited to see what transformation we're gonna get from her by the time she gets to Miss USA, but I really love her. She's stunning. Wisconsin. I am very, very proud of Wisconsin because actually she's one of my clients. So I'm super excited to see that she's gonna be on that Miss USA stage, and I have a few things to share with you for that. So we have lots of good stuff planned for this upcoming year, and we've already started kind of laying the groundwork for Miss USA prep. So be watching out for Wisconsin. A little bit more of about her pageant history is that she actually competed in the Teen USA organization for the past 6 years, and this is her first time in the Miss division, so that's super exciting. I had such great feelings about Samantha when we met at her first appointment, and you never really know as a coach how it's gonna go and how the judges are gonna see it, but in my heart I just thought I wouldn't be surprised if she won this year, even though it's her first time competing in the Miss division. And I do think she's still ready for this. I was so impressed by her when I spoke to her. She's a pre-med student, and she also has her own cosmetics line. It's called Glam by Sam Cosmetics, and it is vegan and cruelty free. And in the future, she wants to become a plastic surgeon. So she is a very, very intelligent contestant. She's beautiful. And I think that, yes, we're gonna be working a lot and really hard to Miss USA, but keep an eye out for her. Nebraska has really caught my attention recently. She was the 2016 Miss Nebraska Teen USA, and that was her first pageant ever. She won that title, and now she's back as a Miss contestant. I loved her evening gown, by the way, at her state competition. I thought she looked so beautiful. You can already see how hard she's been working. She has her own nonprofit called the 400 Fund, and she's also a dental student, and she's been collecting dental supplies and donating them to different community organizations, as well as making lots of other appearances. So she is someone that I'm going to keep an eye out on. I am so excited about Allison on a very personal level because she is the little sister of my sister queen Julie, who was Miss Hawaii USA 2018. So they're keeping it in the family. I love it. But what's so incredible is that Allison is actually the first woman to represent Hawaii at both Miss America and Miss USA. So she's already historic. Look at this image of her. She is so stunning, and she is studying to be a physician. So definitely got beauty and brains. I'm really excited to follow her journey. North Carolina has really caught my attention. I love how she's sharing about her year on social media. I was watching this one video clip of her, and she was just so comfortable interacting with people on social media, and I think that that was so awesome to see. She has been looking great on social media, sounding great on it, and I just feel this really sweet spirit from her when I watch her on camera, and I love that. That's just a thing that she has that's making her unique to me. We know North Carolina has done quite well at Miss USA in recent years, and I know that they're going to put a lot of time and effort into her preparation. She is going on so many appearances already that really impresses me. And you know who else did that? Chesley. Chesley went on an incredible amount of appearances before Miss USA. She was at the gym at 4:30 in the morning. She would go to a full day of work. She would go to appearances after work. She was going to appearances on every single weekend. I cannot remember how many appearances that she said she went on before Miss USA, but it was a mind-blowing amount. I just thought, how in the world does anyone ever have that time for that? So I'm kind of seeing that same thing here once again from North Carolina. She's really putting all of her effort into being the best Miss North Carolina that she can be, and I do think that that helps you in preparation for Miss USA. How do you become Miss USA? Well, prepare for it, train for it. What do you do as Miss USA? You go on appearances, you work with sponsors, you work with organizations. She's already putting in a ton of great work within her community and within multiple organizations. She's basically living her year as Miss North Carolina USA as if she were already Miss USA, sort of mirroring that, and I think that that's a really good strategy. And I'm sure she's also getting lots of prep for her walk and her interview and for her wardrobe, because we do see North Carolina looking fantastic at Miss USA each year. So keep an eye out for her. Let me know though in the comments, who else are you already looking at for Miss USA? Who are your current faves? Who's someone that's really standing out to you? I'd love to hear more about the contestants. I know we're gonna learn a lot more about them in the months to come, and I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see more of their walks and hear more about their personal brands. So thanks so much for tuning into this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're gonna subscribe and tune in for lots more. I'll see you next time.